Yo, how you going? It's Leah the Shamret, none less, and welcome to Come Box with Chann. Guys, thank you. You lot know, I think it's a part of the brand that I'm just always never on time. And we've got this amazing guest that you know me, super gas when any guest, like I said to him, decides to join the moment of Shann's madness. We have Fabio Wardley!
Hey.
Wardley. I'm coming for David's job. Hi, Fabio.
Hello. How are we doing? How's things? How are we?
How's you? Thanks for joining me. What's
going
on?
I'm good.
Why
I'm
did
enjoying
you
some
agree?
downtime.
Yeah, is that why you agreed to do it? You're like, I ain't got nothing else to do. I just
like all of last week, I was just like, nah, you know what? I'm just gonna chill out for a week because it all gives it like before like fight week, after fight week, it all just gets a bit mad with interviews and social media and just your phone just going and going and going.
I can imagine.
So I just got a bit tired, so I was like, look, I'll give myself a week, I'll chill, and then next week following I'll do some bits. I'm not gonna do loads, I'll do the bits I wanna do.
Yeah. Because you're the boss now.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Wait, Fabio, I did a live watch along, right? And we started from, did we start from your fight? We did, didn't we? We started from your fight. I was cussing. I was cussing. Fabio, well done, by the way.
Thank you.
Well done. I don't know how. I looked, and I must have looked at my lappy just for at 0.2 of a second, and MOLINA was down. I was like, well, I'm going to watch this playback bit. Listen, all right, so let's dive in. I'm so gassed because, like, speaking to someone that's fresh off of their fight as well is quite important. So I've made notes. Yeah. So we all know when I heard you was, yeah, we're good. Big up to us, he's saying, Fab. H money, salute. Guys, keep doing all your things. Good evening, but I'm just going to conduct this, and you know how we do it. We'll chime in and out with you, so otherwise I won't ever get to say anything. So thanks for coming through. Just keep chiming in. So when I saw that you was fighting MOLINA, I was like, oh, but yeah, I was like, I get it, because MOLINA, dangerous, massive heavyweight. A Wilder beat him. He's a veteran, gone through the ranks. You know, getting on in age. So I thought, has he come just to collect a check, or is he gonna like do the business? So I was like, yeah, because I've already seen the Dominic Brazils and I've seen all these lot that the Florists, them just taking dives and dropping down on the floor. We'll touch on that. Yeah. So I was like, cool. So I saw like the lead up. I saw your press. I was like, Fabio, cool, calm, collected. Just like sick. You're sick. Like you don't give away nothing. I don't know if he was nervous. You didn't show you was. Yeah. He came in looking like total trash. Like I just like, mate, can't you at least? But he's never been the bodybuilder type.
That's the thing. It's hard with some fighters, isn't it? Because some of them just never look the part, and then from sometimes on the outside it looks like almost they haven't trained, like they haven't bothered. But just sometimes people's body shape just doesn't fit. Yeah. Like I guess like the yours. Example for that is like Fury.
Or yours. No, your body's good. Like they don't get a bod like yours. Fury the same. Bad.
Thank you. But yeah.
So, but he could. Don't you think? Like, could he make a slight effort? Like, you don't have to come in like Adonis, but I mean, strip a little bit of the fat down. Look like you've cared and made the effort just a little bit. Because we're in new times now. Because when those boxers were looking like trash, it was acceptable quite to look like trash. I think that was the norm. I think we kind of broke that mold. Well, we had the Lennox Lewis's, always looked in great shape. Frank Bruno always looked in great shape. But what I'm saying, they were the exceptions, and now you are coming through. I've noticed you guys as heavyweights look much better than weights of past.
Yeah, like it's come on a bit, and training's come on a bit. Like I say, like the way boxers train, how they do it, their nutrition, their diet, adding in things like S&C coaches, etc., and things like that is all part of it. It's all part of the building blocks to it. But some heavyweights, it's just their thing. They just like to be bigger, whether they look muscly or they look a bit maybe flabby or whatever. They feel more comfortable in their own skin if they're weighing heavier in. They don't like to. Some of them don't like to drop off that extra weight, even if it means sacrificing kind of how you look.
Yeah. Do you feel better when you work out, or when you look better?
Yeah. I'd never want to. If I went into the ring and I looked bad, I would feel bad. When I look like I've trained, when I look like I put the hard work in, because the thing is, at the beginning of the camp, you can see yourself. You see, I'm never out of shape, but I know that I'm not in.
But you're walking, because you're walking around at a heavier weight than before you go into camp.
Yeah. So I know that I'm not in shape, in the right shape, but also I know that as the weeks go by through camp, as camp gets closer, you can see them little tones, them little definitions come out, and that's when I feel more comfortable and know I'm on the right track. Yeah.
So let me rewind just real quick, because you're new to me, and I know that you come up through like white collar. Could you just touch of like where you're from and then what made you go into boxing, and if it wasn't boxing, what was it going to be?
Good question. So I'm from Ipswich, Suffolk, so off to the east, out to the side. Born and raised here, been here my whole life. So in terms of boxing, I got into it really late. Like I played football at a half decent level for a long time, but then I got a couple of bad like ankle injuries, so that kind of took me out of that, and I couldn't train for no more. So but I'd always been in the gym, not a boxing gym, but just like weightlifting, training, cardio, just staying active, just staying in the gym regardless. I was always training. I always enjoyed going to the gym. And then I was when I was a lot younger, I was like a bit of a naughty kid. I was a bad kid, getting in trouble, blah blah blah.
What's that?
So I was part of like a when I was younger, I was part of like a, I don't know what the right thing for it is, but like it was like a naughty kids program. Basically. Yeah, I was part of a program where they take you to do certain activities and blah 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 and try and keep you out of trouble. And one of the mentors of that program is my current boxing coach. So that's how I knew him. I've known him since I was.
What's his name?
His name's Robert Hodgins. Shout him out.
Robert Hodgins.
He was part of that program, and he was one of the mentors. So I knew him from then, and I built a relationship, and blah blah blah. And back in those days, even when I wasn't interested in boxing, he would always talk about it a lot, and I knew he was involved with it. So that's where we first met, was through that. And then time went by, and I still wasn't particularly interested in boxing. But after football, that just left kind of a big hole in my life, where like I had that sport, that thing I was about, that thing I did, and then I wasn't able to do it anymore. So I just years later, when I was older and stuff, and obviously out of that program and more mature and grown and whatever else, I called him and just said, look, I know you've always said you was in boxing. I want to come up and try it. I want to come up, give it a go. Where are you? Can I come train? Blah blah blah. And he obviously said, yeah, you're welcome to come up, come give it a go, and just give me a shout. So I did. I don't always say like it was just like I went one session and then it just seemed like I never left. Like that was it. I was there. I was done. I was in. Like that was my thing immediately. After that one session, I just wanted to go and go and go and go.
Yeah, go on. There's more.
So yeah, I was there for a while. Had a few white collar fights. And I won, obviously, all of those.
I frozen.
Sorry?
And then you froze a bit. Go on.
Am I back? So, yeah, I had a few white collar fights. I had 4 white collar fights in total. And then I had the opportunity. Well, it was a weird opportunity. It came out of nowhere, really, where someone just called my coach after one of my white collar fights and said he was a pro manager and he was looking for some pros and he wanted to turn me pro. And at this point, I'd only been boxing maybe a year and a half, if that, like in total, a year and a half, probably maybe even 2 years. So it was a weird one for me because I was like, I was like, I'm like, I don't necessarily feel ready for it, like professional boxing, to be ready in the game. I know I haven't got the experience. I know I haven't put the time in, but at the same time, I don't know for certain if I said no now, is someone going to give that to me in the future? Is that offer still going to be there down the line? So I just decided to kind of take that risk, go with it, run with it, take that opportunity, and learn on the job. And kind of that's what you're seeing in my fights, is that I'm still very novice. I'm still learning on the job. I'm still kind of figuring a lot of stuff out. And that was kind of where the journey of the whole me turning pro and my boxing career started. Really, it was like that.
Okay, yeah, because I looked at your box rec and I looked at the bits and pieces and I was like, all right, cool. I can see what the plan is like to build you up to get. So like we'll fast forward now because we'll fast forward. So you fought. This is the first time I saw you fight was the other day, and you got the British title from. Who was English. It from? Marty. No party, no latte. No latte, no party.
No latte, no party.
I saw that. Yeah, you just turned him over real quick. Get that. Yeah, get over here. Like, you get that belt. It's got. See you lot later. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You're out. Yeah, I like that. Was impressive. But this is what I want to ask you, yeah, because like it's so mad. Like when I first saw your face. I thought, and like your stature, because you're like 6'5" and that, right? I thought, right, this geezer, like before you speak, I thought this geezer is a killer. Then he spoke, yeah, and then I was like, oh, he can, like, because I even heard commentate, and I hate it as well when they say this, like, it kind of pisses me off, but I get it. They go, and he can speak well, talks very well, and it's like, are you not allowed to? Like, are you not supposed to? Is it like you're stereotyping me or I don't speak well, quite common. Like, I lived in London for 10. I'm from Chelsea, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I moved to East London for like 10 years, and then it just obliterated. I was near Essex, obliterated. So I get mocked quite a lot about my accent, but I went to a great school, went to the same school as Tony Blair's daughter. Like, this is why I say people shouldn't stereotype, because my academics is on point.
Yeah.
To me. All right. But I'm a grime MC and in boxing. Super fail. But, yeah. So do you hear these types of things back? Like, do you hear this circulate? Oh, he speaks well. How does it make you feel if you do hear it? And why do you speak well?
I put it down to so I went to like sixth form for a bit, college, whatever. And I dropped out of that because it didn't fit for me. It didn't work. So I went and got a job in an office doing a sales job. And then that's where I put down all my that's where I'll give all my credit to me being able to talk pretty well and things like that, because I started that job when I was 17, 18, something like that. And there was no cuddling, there was no learning curve. It was,
oh, come here.
It was like, here's your desk.
Come here. There's no cuddling. Come.
No.
Virtual one. Right.
They were like, look, I walked in, they were like, look, here's your desk, here's your phone, make the calls, earn some money, kind of thing. And that was it. And I had to kind of figure it on my own. And I was cold calling and selling and making deals and all of this. And I was doing all of this at like 17, 18. I was a kid. So I had to get used to sounding like an adult and using big adult words and maintaining conversations and things like that. So I got used to that all very early on.
Done you well.
I got comfortable with it. And then and then whenever now I have conversations maybe like these or with interviews and cameras and blah, 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 it all just like comes back normally and naturally. Like I don't feel under any pressure because I've done it all now. I did it when I was young, so it's all there.
Yeah, with me, you can talk however you want because, as you can see around here, it's just whatever. But like I know you'd be talking like me on here, and then someone from Sky Sports would be like, nick this footage and be like, the real Fabio Wardley.
Yeah, like, literally.
Yeah, it was all a fake. Yeah, I know. Nah, mate, we're articulate. We know where and where. It's not dit, that, do, them at all times. We do have to use THs.
Yeah. Fully.
Yeah. So, all right, sick. All right, so where are we? Oh, yeah, this is what I was going to ask you. What's your ethnicity? Are you mixed race?
Yeah, so I'm mixed. I'm a funny mix as well. So my dad is Nigerian.
Okay.
And my mum is American, but I was born here and they met here and everything was here. So I'm a nice kind of I've got a nice little cultural mix of a bit of everything.
Yeah. I can match you. I can match you. So my mum's Dominican.
Okay.
And half Venezuelan.
Oh, okay.
And my dad's Jamaican. And I'm British. So therefore hablo español también.
You got it all.
Sí, hablo español todos los días, sí, tú sabes.
Yes.
Yay! And then I'll be like, yo, so what, and everything cool, everything all right? Yeah, that is like it. And then I'm like, yeah, just gonna go around the corner, and yeah, you see me later.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm so different.
That's good. I love that.
Crazy.
I love that.
Yeah, it is crazy. But all right, so right, we did Lati, right, we did him now. So let's talk about the fight. Like I said, I loved it, but I was doing the live watch along, and I don't know because I haven't watched you long enough to know all of your styles. So where I was starting to go a bit wild and shouting at the telly, going, Fabio, stop showboating.
Yeah,
because you were showboating. It looks good, but not until you get punched in the face.
Yeah, of course. Sometimes it can go wrong. That's what it is. It's risk reward, isn't it? Sometimes it comes off, and sometimes it works. But the thing is, the reason I was using it so much,
the mad fight.
Yeah, the thing I was using that so much is because he was so reluctant to engage. So
yeah,
I had to force opportunities out of him, whether that be have my hands low and make him think there's a space, or whether that be feint loads to kind of throw him off his rhythm or his guard or whatever he's doing. Like, I knew what his plan was from day one. His plan was to lean back and cock that right hand and just wait for me to kind of step in on it and make a mistake and clock me. So I knew what that was. So I had to do the showboating thing to maybe wind him up, get under his skin a little bit, but then also make him think, oh, there's a gap there. There's something I can exploit. There's something I can do, blah, blah, blah. To then make him engage where then I can meet him and then we can go.
Did you see any holes once you started that tactic? Did you see like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Like there was times where he would lunge. I was trying to figure the distance of it all out properly. In terms of like when he lunges, how far I need to step back, or can I step to the side, or whatever else. So I was still in the process of kind of calculating all of that and working it all out. But there were gaps there I could see. It was just they were few and far between in terms of when he actually wanted to kind of step in and engage.
Because like the first 2 rounds, definitely the first round, you could cut between the two of you. There was like a maximum of 5 punches even thrown. And I was like, what's going on? Because I know MOLINA, he's just lazy. That's when I was like, yeah, he's come for his little payday. He wants Fab to come in and then he just wants to clock him. He don't want to do nothing. But I saw that you was trying to gauge distance, like I did. And the last fight, look, you're big lads, but he's a bigger lad. So it looked quite, for me, it was like, wow, if you do get too close to MOLINA, what I know about MOLINA, you will land that right hand. So when I started doing all the showboating and stuff like that, I get it now, But then he did clock you with a right hand, didn't he?
Yeah.
A couple of times. How did it feel? Does it hurt, or is it so much going on that it doesn't hurt?
You don't realize you've been hit until maybe about 2 or 3 seconds after. It's not like immediate impact and you feel it and you think, it's when you hit it, like you get hit and obviously it pushes your face one way. And then by the time your face comes back around to pay attention again, you're like, oh shit,
my face was just over there. Yeah,
I was looking over there and then now I'm back over here. Like That's how it goes. But yeah, no, you definitely feel it, and it definitely makes an impact.
So when that happened, because when you went back to corner and that, you know, they've got the little cameras and the mic in the corner. You seemed super calm, like you was just like, yeah, okay, all right. And then you went back out, and he did a little rough up, and then you did a rough. What happened? He did because he claimed about or the ref told you he hit him at the back of the head or something. This is before the knockout. I think the ref warned you about something. I just thought, shut up, ref. Anyway, just shut up. Yeah, because it wasn't that deep. It wasn't that deep. No. And then there was a little tussle and engagement. Fast forwarding because I've seen it twice, but there was a little tussle engagement, and then he had you. He had you like towards I think the ropes were behind you.
Yeah.
And then there was a little tussle. I literally turned like that, like my TV's out. Literally turned like that because I was doing the watch along. Obviously, I've got all the sound down, and so I've literally said, "Yep, look," and he's down. I've looked. You're tussling. I'm like, oh my god, like fuck. So I've turned to say to who I was like, fuck, like. And when I've turned back, like in that clip, he was on the floor. So I was like, nah, what's this? I said, this guy's as you call it. I was like, this guy's an idiot, man. Like, I know I'm so bad. I was like, not you, Melina. I was like, this guy's an idiot. Look at him, because he was going on like he was down. So I said, I need to watch the playback because I was doing it. So I said, I need to watch the playback because I see him talking about some head thing or whatever when he'd got. But why was he laid out? Like, why was he like? All right, just talk me through that bit. So you get the ropes. Sorry, because I'm getting excited.
So have you seen Matchroom do they do like a behind the scenes of the event for the night? Have you watched that? Have you seen that?
I might have watched Dillian's, but I don't think. Well, yeah. I saw bits of Dillian, but I don't recall.
The whole thing.
Yeah, I could have.
Or to be fair, I put it on my Insta the other day.
Okay, I'll watch it just to be clear.
Hey,
I will watch it just to be clear.
Yeah. So the angle that you see it out on Sky is difficult because it's from so we're against the ropes and it's from like the left hand side.
Right.
So it blocks a lot of the view and a lot of the shots. But there was the one that Matchroom did that was on the side, and they even slow-moed it, and that's the one I posted, so you can actually see all the shots clearly.
Yeah, you did it. Yeah, go on.
So he so obviously he hit me clean.
Yeah.
And I took a couple of steps back to reset and think, okay, cool, let's do this. Like I'll reset, I'll do this again. But he followed through with me. So I was like, cool, good. Now he's ready to engage. He wants to get involved, which is fine. So I take myself back to the ropes. He starts letting go on some shots. I'm still all good. I'm still clean. I'm still nice. I still slip a few shots, roll a few shots, and I wait for him to, again, just get a few more off, wear a few more, get a little bit more tired, get a little bit more confident. And then once I've rolled a couple more, then I'll come back up with the 1-2s of my own. And then it was a bit of a looping kind of right hand that caught him on the top of one temple.
Yeah.
Just his head to the side. And it was a really short, kind of just stiff, just left hand that just
that's the one that I didn't really see even when it was played. It was still like, but what is the yeah
and it was them two together and then he was gone, then he was down.
So why was he down like, I'm not trying to downgrade your power because obviously you're powerful, but why was he laid out? Like I thought, was there going to be an ambulance carry? He was down for ages. What happened? What, he was that buzzed? Or was
he must have been. But to be fair, both of them shots were, one was literally right on the front of his head to bang the front of your head, and the other was right on the temple. So his head was probably scrambled, hit the floor, eyes glazed a bit, didn't really know where he was, and was just kind of like, what's going on here? Where am I?
Yeah, and hear me though, like, why was he that sharp, Chann? You'd be out of this world. You'd be on Mars. Why was he down?
Yeah.
But I just thought, maybe something more serious has occurred whilst he was on the floor. And then I heard him or saw him going, back of head. So I was like, well, they kept doing the playbacks, the replays.
Yeah.
the replays, and I thought, right, let me just watch. And you never touched the back of his head.
Never.
That's what I knew. He's just a liar. Just get your money and get out of there, MOLINA, mate. Get out.
Yeah, like I think that was half of it as well. Like he obviously thought he had me going. He hit me hard. He thought he had me on the run.
He took it off.
And then he put his effort in. And then when he realised I was still completely there and still ready to go, he was laying there thinking, you know what, I'm not getting nowhere with this. Maybe it's time to kind of tap out.
Because even before that, when you on a round previous, I think, he turned his back kind of when you started.
Yeah.
I thought from then you should have heard the slewage, what I was calling it.
Yeah, I was going, and that's when the ref told me off as well.
Yeah, the ref,
he's known to do that, and we knew that as well. That was something we and my coach spoke about. We said, look, if he does that, you just go. Don't stop until the ref tells you to stop. So I was doing it. I was getting stuck in, and then the ref did.
And I just thought, MOLINA, you S-Y at the end. I thought you just looked like such a prick, MOLINA. So embarrassing when I see like older fighters just move like that. Even I thought it was embarrassing when I saw Pulev move like that. But at least Pulev's a warrior. Like, you get me? But
he did it, but then he came back and he wanted to get involved. Yeah,
but you're not allowed back. Once you turn you're not defending yourself at all times.
Yeah, I know.
You're supposed to be out. I don't know, this little new wave of boxing, all of a sudden that don't matter. Everyone can turn their back, run to a corner, and it's all right. But hey, who am I? So anyway, so you clocked in, he went down. Cool. How did you feel? Gassed?
Yeah, fully. Not just that as well, not just the win, but because there was fans and that back as well, there was a good buzz to it. It was a big show. I was chief support, so I was high up on the card and stuff. Just the whole event of it, afterwards, I was just like, nah, this is different level. Like, I was just buzzy. I was buzzy for the whole thing. Yeah,
you got used to because you're in Gibraltar. I see you a lot on the little water bit, like when you're doing the little press conference. You had the little tan on. You get me? Like, everything's fleeky. Like, you was like, I can get used to this. And you will get used to it because, like, definitely, come on, you're gonna go far because, you know, I think your story is quite impressive, like how you've come through, and within like 10, 11 fights, you've got to MOLINA. Like, you know, we all know him. We all know Eric MOLINA. Yeah, as I said, so that's impressive for you to have got there within such a time. So, okay, so that fight, I would say it exposed his holes, but we don't really care about his because he's on his way out. And they're probably never going to get cleared up anyway because he's, like I said, he's going, isn't it? But it exposed a couple of things that you realise that you need to work on, because where would you gauge on how difficult was that fight for you? If 0 was it weren't difficult at all, and 10 was near enough the hardest thing I've been through in a boxing match, where would you rate that fight?
I wouldn't find it particularly difficult. I find it somewhere in the middle, maybe a 4, 5, something like that. It wasn't that it was particularly difficult. It was frustrating, if anything, because it's difficult to force someone to engage when they're not interested in. And again, I want to put on the show, obviously, because of the show it is, the level I am on the card, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I want it to be entertaining. I want them back and forth moments.
Me too.
But it's difficult to get out of someone that just kind of wants to lean back the whole time and wait and counter and not really engage. That's why I wouldn't say it was necessarily difficult.
Yeah.
It was just an awkward one. It was an awkward fight, and he has an awkward style to really kind of excel and look good against. Yeah.
Okay, so you give him a 4, 5. Shame, MOLINA. Shame on you. 4, 5 out there, fam. So do you know who? All right, who would you? I do have this, but it's a bit further on. Who would you? I may as well ask you it now. Who would be your dream to fight?
My dream.
Like, if you could fight anyone, like
current or old or.
I would say current.
Current.
Yeah. Forget Muhammad Ali. We love you, but
Current.
If they said We're giving it to you. Doesn't matter where you are in your career. We're giving you one hall pass where you can fight anyone. It's going to be on PPV. Anyone, pick who do you want to fight.
It's hard. It's a hard one. Anyone. It's like the genie coming out of a lamp, isn't it? Giving you one wish, but one wish saying, who would you fight? I'll be honest, I think I'd like to fight AJ. I really would. I really would. Just because I think it'd be a good fight, because in terms of styles and stuff, we're quite different. So I think it would make it an interesting fight. That'd
be wild. I love AJ, by the way. So yeah, that would be a hard one now. That I'd have to. How would I have to split rooting for the two of you? That would be mad hard. I haven't spoken to AJ. I've spoken to you now, so there's a little bit of a kinship. I'll be like,
there's more there. There's
more there. Fab's the guy still, Age. Still you do an interview, you know, nothing's going on. Yeah, AJ, that would, like they say, styles makes fights. That would be mad, because obviously that would be happening right now. It wouldn't be like, oh, we'll give you 2 years and then you could. I'm saying if you could fight, so you could, if you got the chance to fight AJ now, you would do it. Are you saying that because the money are tied to him, or is it just?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's part of that reason is because of the money as well. Like, we're prize fighters at the end of the day. We're here to make money. I'm not here to get my face punched in and then not have nothing to show for it. It's part and part. It comes with the game.
Would you win?
Of course.
Well, okay. Right, yeah. You never know. Stranger things have happened, mate.
We'll see.
Stranger things have happened. All right. Where am I going now? Let's have a look on here.
What's next?
What's next? He's like, dun, dun, dun. Right. So I've got you there. Got your stats. 6'5". 27?
26.
Are you still 26?
Still 26.
God, man, you're a little young'un, ain't you?
I think I'm 26.
Yeah, you're a little young'un. The Ultimate Fight did that. All right, so cool. So now we're going on to I'm going to get your thoughts on other weight caps. Like, so do you have a favorite current weight cap? Bar the heavyweights, because I ask heavyweights this and they go, whoa, it's the heavyweight. Yeah, I know. We all love the heavyweights, but have you got, like, my favorite current weight cap at the minute, it's kind of like 135.
Yeah, mine be middleweights.
Yours is the middles.
Yeah,
154s or the 160s and 168s.
Yeah, in and around there. Something in around that kind of region. Those kind of guys are my look to.
Anyone in particular, specific, fighter-wise?
It depends. I'd say Canelo, but he bounces a lot. He moves around a lot.
He's staying at 168 though.
Yeah, he's moving up and down. But yeah, Canelo would probably be one I look at. Billy Joe again, someone I look at a lot. I like those kind of styles and things.
So Canelo, he's number 1 on my pound for pound list. So.
Mine too.
Oh, is he? And then Bud Crawford is second for me.
Yeah, I find that one very hard. I
had Bud first at first.
But the only reason I would put Canelo first is just based off level of opponents so far. That's the only reason. I do think Bud has all the abilities and all the skills to
do so.
To move to that number 1 spot and beat all those guys. It just hasn't been done yet. That's all.
Yeah, I actually had him first, and then with the resurgence of Canelo, I've swapped it because it's always swappable. But if I had to do like an all-time, my all-time is Mayweather. Can't say nothing about him. That's
it's hard to.
Yeah, he's the holy grail in my opinion. But what I was going to say, so Canelo, and going with this BJS thing, right? Everybody knows I'm just mad vocal about Billy Joe Saunders fighting Canelo. I get it. It has happened. Belts. Cool. Got it. But where I see me, Fabio, I operate from not delusions of grandeur. I don't. Whether people like it or not, that's just how I operate. I'm a Virgo. I analyze. I'm analytical. I weigh up pros and cons. And then that's just the bottom line. My opinion, Billy Joe Saunders, great fighter, great boxer, great. Better at 160 than 168, in my opinion. Yeah.
But he struggles.
Yeah, so he struggles. But where he can give Canelo a run for his money, Canelo doesn't do, which a lot of boxers don't do well with southpaws. We saw that with Canelo and Lara. It's some people debate that Lara could have slyly won, but hey, I think Canelo did get the win in my opinion. But that's where BJS gives Canelo a run for his money. Other than that, I'm going about 20% realistically that BJS can beat Canelo.
But he has a chance.
20%.
Yeah.
I've locked in, locked on. I've analysed. I did the minority report. I can't see it. I can't see. So when I see everyone come on the telly and go, if anyone can do it, Billy Joe Saunders can. Nah, he can't. He can, but he can't.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Like, and to be fair, I'm one of those people as well. I think it just has a lot of variance, has a lot of dependence. Like, I think if anyone, again, like you say, if anyone can do it, Billy Joe can. But it depends a lot on the Billy Joe that turns up. If he's that motivated, if he does actually want to do it, if he does want to put himself through that, there's variance to him because we know how good he is. We know his skill level. We know what he can do. But again, it's just dependent on which Billy Joe turns up. And that's the thing. There's no one can put a finger on that until on the night the bell rings. First 30 seconds, and you go, okay, cool, we've got this one, or shit, we've got this Billy Joe.
Fuck, we got you, Billy.
Yeah.
We just got Joe, no Billy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, them ones.
Just got
them
Joe,
ones.
no
Yeah.
Billy.
Oh, we just got Saunders. Even worse. No Billy, no Joe, just Saunders.
Nothing. Just Saunders.
Yeah, just Saunders. All right, you saying that, I get it. But all right, do you think he has enough of the skill set? Look, this is Canelo. I'm not saying Canelo's unbeatable. Canelo got beaten by a 36-year-old Floyd Mayweather, and he was 23. People want to say, he was young though. No, he's already been fighting since he was 16. Like, if you looked at his resume until he got to Floyd, it was still impressive by then.
Yeah.
He really missed me with that little excuse. He got beat. Floyd gave him the business. Now, he's obviously, in my opinion, adapted the Floyd Mayweather-esque style, in my opinion.
He's taking some pieces from that.
He's got the shoulder roll. I see how he's defensively on point. Sounds. Yeah. He used to have gas tank engines, in my opinion, but that seems to have got better, in my opinion. But I've seen him. I feel that he takes the best bits of most of the fighters he's fought. I feel like, because if you watch like typical Mexican fighters, Canelo doesn't fight like he's Mexican.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't at all.
He doesn't, does he? He's very aware of his, and I love Mexican fighters. Before anybody comes in here, remember, hablo español, soy de Venezuela, allow me. Yeah, before people go, oh, you're being racist. No, I'm from it as well. So Mexicans high punch output, but Canelo is very accurate. He doesn't throw shots just for the fact of throwing shots. And like I said, I just feel that he's adapted all of these moves and this techers from other fighters. So this is, unless Billy Joe Saunders is as good as Floyd Mayweather or better, it can't run for me.
Nah.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When I say it to people, they try to slag me off for saying it, but I don't care because I know it makes sense.
I get what you mean. I do get what you mean.
You can give him problems. Yes. There's a puncher's chance. Yes. But the variables of it happening, realistically, I'm being fair by saying 20%. That's all. That's it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like if I had to bet, or if I had to pick, I'd pick Canelo. I would say that I feel he would win. But like I said, at the same point, If I look, if you just look at the landscape and who else is out there, if I think of someone, if I was to piece together the fighter that could beat Canelo, it would be Billy Joe.
Okay, got ya. And then, yeah, well, we'll see. I can't wait for that. That one I can't wait for, mate. I definitely can't wait. All right, so my favorite cat. Okay, so 135 is what I was saying. So now we've got Teofimo Lopez. I don't know if you've been following this. Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Davis, Lomachenko.
The new sets of 4 kings. That's what they call them.
Yeah, the Fab Four. So now we've seen out of Lomachenko. No, let's not. Shall we put Lomachenko in, or should we just keep?
Nah, take him out.
All right, let's take Loma out. Yeah, I know, because we're like Loma. But out of Garcia, Davis, Lopez, and Haney, where are you ranking out of 1, 2, 3, and 4 out of those 4? And opinions.
I'd put Lopez at the top. Again, because he's just the most proven out of the lot. And I think he the fight with Loma. I was so impressed with him of just how well he boxed, and
I thought Loma was going to win. I predicted Loma to win.
Oh, so did I. And that fight I was shocked. I was like, what is going on here? So yeah, I'd put Lopez at the top of that list again, most accomplished. And right now, I think he's the most well-rounded as well. He's got attributes in every area. Davis second for me because again, not as but more accomplished, and again he's got more attributes and he's got some silly power in them hands. Slight interjection, but do you not? Anyway, it's not an interjection. I can't back you up and make you change your list. It's your list. It's your rankings. But what I want to offer is, do you not feel that Davis has a bit to prove? Because, all right, he's going up to 140 to do Barrios. Cool. But has he not only been knocking out, like, really featherweights? Yeah, true. I wouldn't disagree. But he's still doing it in a good level. Like, he's not... From what he's doing, in no way is he struggling. In no way is he's finding it difficult. Yeah, but that's like you fighting a cruiser. That's like you fighting a light heavy. Cruiser, light heavy. Of course you're gonna knock them. But I still think he carries it through. And I don't, in his style, with it, like the power that he has isn't like walk you forward and just boom, let power shots go. It's precise, it's precision. Sorry, like you saw with the Cruz knockout, that it was just a slip, bang, came straight back up. That's not brute force. He's not bruting through, like throwing through the gloves. That's power mixed with ability as well. So that's why I think he would go there, number 2. Don't get me wrong, like I say, he's not as proven as Lopez. He still has more to learn, more fights to have, and more to build. But you two are the same age. He's older than you. Is he older than me? He's 27 already. Imagine that. He, to me, looks like a little kid. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? He does. He's so small. He looks so young. But yeah, that's where I'd put him. I'd put him number 2. Yeah. I'd put Devin 3, and I'd put Garcia last. But that's probably okay. What do you think of Devin Haney? I like him. I like everything I've seen from him. I really do. With Garcia, I think he has limitations. I don't know if it's not. I'm not going to go as far as to say I don't like him. I don't know. There's something about him that just doesn't appeal to me. That doesn't click with me. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy him. I don't like. Yeah, it's just all a bit too much. It's all a bit too much. Whereas even for him and whatever else, he's not done much to warrant being that mouthy, that bravado about it all. Like, don't get me wrong, the Campbell fight was good. You got him out, great. He got dropped, but I don't think there's much shame in that because Campbell's a well-rounded fighter. He's been around the block.
Yeah.
So it was a good learning fight for him and a good test. But
yeah,
I just think that with him, something doesn't appeal to me, basically.
Yeah. You're not buying into it.
No, I'm just not. Yeah. I'm not feeling it. Whereas with Devin, there's a little bit of that arrogance, a little bit of that bravado, but it's more controlled, and I see more from him in terms of his style and stuff that I like. Like, there's a lot of stuff where you see little training videos of Garcia and things like that I do, and I just don't like his technical side. I don't like the way he does certain things, and I look at him and I just see holes and gaps, and I just think, I don't know if you're doing it just for the gram and you're stunting just for social media, just so it looks cool or whatever else, which is more than likely. But if you bring that through into a fight, it's going to be a problem.
You're going to get knocked out, mate.
Yeah. Exactly.
On your ass. So Devin Haney's fighting Linares.
Good fight.
That's a good fight, right? As you know, Linares, very an accomplished fighter. Will you buy into he's on his way out, or is he on his way out and still dangerous, or just dangerous and not on his way out? I think
he's definitely on his way out.
It's a good fight.
But it doesn't make it any less of a good fight just because he's on his way out. You have to understand that Devin's not that far into his career.
Yeah.
And Linares is on his way out. So that's the right blend of bringing through like someone who's building and then learning fight, but against a good level of an operator, a good opponent, someone who's going to bring different questions and force you into certain situations which you wouldn't have been able to get from someone who maybe is a lower level fighter or even borderline journeyman kind of fighter, something like that. So just because he's on his way out doesn't take away from the fight at all. I still think it's a very good fight. And Linares is not like, you've never seen Linares necessarily in a boring fight, and you've never seen him out of shape. He always comes to actually fight. He always comes to put it on.
Yeah.
And he's had a few upsets as well. He's done it a few times over. So, like, even in the Loma fight where he dropped Loma, everyone was a bit like, whoa, shit, hang on.
First time Loma got dropped. Yeah.
He might have something here. So he's always in a good fight, which I think will be a great test for Devin and a great use for him going forward.
Yeah. I can't wait to see that fight. I was quite critical of Devin Haney in the beginning when I was first watching him. I was like, because I was watching him with Gamboa, and I was like, Gamboa was great, but the kind of like the condition that Gamboa came in, I was expecting Haney to like literally desecrate him. But what I got to realize is, and I was speaking to Tunde, is that Devin Haney, and which I now realise the more that I do this job, Devin Haney is he's a boxer's boxer. He's got great boxing fundamentals, great boxing skills. He is the counter puncher. He's the hit and not get hit guy all day long. So now I realise, like, tech-wise, I'll just shorten it because I don't know the long version. Tech-wise, out of those, I actually think he's the best boxer.
Yeah, the cleanest in terms of how he throws his shots, his balance, the combinations he puts together. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, but then I am with you on Teofimo Lopez. He's just like all encompassed as well. Like he's got the power.
Yeah, he's got a lot of good attributes.
Yeah, he's got the power as well, and it's quite he's exciting to watch. So yeah, I just wanted to gauge where you thought all of that was leading. Oh yeah, so Teofimo's going to be fighting George Kambosos. We saw him the first time. I've only seen him once. I can't remember which undercard. He was on someone's undercard. Man's mad intense. He was like, yeah. So I sparred with Mayweather and like he just man's just intense. I'm like, bro, like you need to you're gonna snap. It's not that deep, fam. Like But he did have a go at the guy, and he did get the win. I remember at the press conference, he was like, "No, you're not gonna." But I wasn't like way that he was chatting in the press conference and all that. I thought, yeah, he's gonna desecrate the geezer that he's fighting. I can't remember the name of the geezer who's fighting.
It
but
was here as well. It was a UK show, and I can't remember.
Yeah, it was. It was in the bubble.
Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name either.
But I can't remember the guy's name. But anyway, Kambosos beat him, but it weren't like he didn't beat him like he just battered him. Like it was still close. I remember watching it. I was like, ugh. But Kambosos is a decent fighter.
Mm.
What do you think? What do you predict that's going to happen with Lopez?
I think Lopez will blitz him out on about 6. If that, maybe less. Don't get me wrong. And the purse bids thing was, the whole purse bids thing of it all was hilarious. I loved that. They both absolutely cashed in. And that was the best thing to see, because it was like flipping, it was like winning at the casino kind of thing. Like the house loses and you win kind of thing. It was great to see. So like,
hi Bob.
Yeah, literally, like credit to the both of them for being able to do that, earning their money and whatever else. But at the end of the day, it's a mandatory, so he has to do it.
A mandatory and $1 million. They've both just become like proper millionaires. Yeah.
So like, there's like, if I was Kambosos and I got done in a round, I'd still be happy as Larry at the end. I'd be like, no worries, like
no worries.
I got my mandatory. I cashed my money in. I've done well. Thank you. See you later.
Thank you. Mortgage, please. House.
House done. Chill out.
Everything's
retirement,
done.
All of it gone. Thank you.
It's great. That's a great move, man. Bob Arum, he needs to learn his little lesson.
Yeah.
To be honest, being all this stinginess. So, are you? I know. So Dillian manages you.
He's my manager. Yeah.
Have you got a promotion deal?
No.
Not yet. Don't worry. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
I don't want one.
Well, yeah. All right. It's not coming. It's not coming.
Nah, like I don't have a promotional deal by legals or whatever else, but I'm of the mindset of where I don't believe like necessarily you need a contract. Like me and Deal get on a very good level. We have a contract obviously because he's my manager, but with Matchroom, I don't have any actual signed contract to them, but I'm the type of person that if you give something to me, I'm going to give you mine as well. So there's no reason, even without me being signed to Matchroom, I view myself as a Matchroom fighter, and they view me as a Matchroom fighter as well. We don't need to put pen to paper. I'll always be loyal to them and look out for them and do what I can for them as well, and the same way they have for me, because when I started out, they didn't need to. They could have said no, and who's this guy? Why are we putting him on a show? No, we can put X fighter on our own.
I'm glad they put you on.
So yeah, you and me both.
Yeah.
So no, I haven't got a promotional deal.
Yeah.
Which also does give me freedom as well, because the thing is with promotional deals, for whatever instance, whatever occasion may happen where I want to fight on a Queensbury show with Frank Warren, or I want to fight in America, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's what I mean. I can do that, but without having to have that second conversation with a promoter, because I don't have a personal contract. It's just a management contract through a deal. So it gives me more freedom, but not that I have any interest in doing that anyway. But at the moment, it's just, it's the options there if I ever wanted to. So I'm kind of in a win-win situation anyway.
You're like freelancing.
Yeah, I'm a freelance. I'm self-employed.
Freelancer.
I work when I want. I turn up when I want.
Look at you, boss now, ain't you? Send him to Gibraltar. Look, he went there all humble. Come back. Look now. He's the boss. That's so good. You deserve it. Like, big up Smoking Joe. He's a great fight. Great last fight. Your power.
Thank you, Smoking Joe. Appreciate it.
Smoking. So, talking about Deal. Deal there. So, all right. So, because I actually wasn't that aware that at first that Dillian was. I don't know if I was aware that first fight was Dillian managing you. So when we was naming about like Dillian's his like out of boxing, but in investment, I don't remember mentioning you because I don't think I was aware that you. I was aware of you, but I wasn't aware.
You didn't know we were attached.
Yeah, he's attached. Yeah. So I've had Xavier Miller on the show and Yusuf on here, and big up them, Yusuf. That okay. Then we'll touch on that. So with the Povetkin fight now with Dillian. Right. Now, when I watched it, because I always just keep it super 100. I don't business who I interview because everything I say is on tape, innit? So it's no point like trying to change it.
Hide or lie from it.
Yeah. Which I'm still going to say the same thing. When I saw Povetkin, I knew he weren't well.
Mm-hmm.
I knew he weren't well. That's not Dillian's fault, by the way.
No.
Yeah, like I said, that's not Dillian's fault. I speak to a lot of trainers and coaches, and they've had fighters that have had COVID, and they said, you know, even it affects everyone different. And for the fact I had it, right? I had it 6 days, and it just went as quick as it came, as quick as it went.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I've got asthma, and it
same.
I have you. High five.
So when I got it as well, I thought like,
man.
Hey.
The asthma crew, the asthma COVID crew.
So that's what I mean. So when I got it, I thought, oh shit, like this is gonna mess me up. Yeah. I'm gonna be done.
I'm going off for all those things,
2 days. I felt rough for 2 days. I felt
high temperature.
High temperature. I was tired a lot. I was like getting hot, getting cold really quickly, blah, 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 blah. All of those kind of just strong flu symptoms. But I never got a cough. I never got a cold. My asthma never kicked in, so I never got wheezy, which I was lucky about. And literally it lasted for like 2 days.
Oh, you're lucky.
By day 6, I was like screwing. So I had to go for a run just because I wanted to like test myself and just see if I'm still good, if everything's still there. And I still banged out a good half an hour run, still decent pace and that. So I was fine, really. It didn't kill me too much.
Big up Tunde, just texting me. Shut your face, you.
What?
Tunde. Big up Mr. Ajayi. And he's somewhere in the building, but he's just texting. Why don't you say something out loud? Big up Sporting Icons.
Yes, big up Sporting Icons. That's my guy.
We love him, don't we? We love him, don't we, Sporting? We do.
I do.
Yeah,
I'm
going to get I Love Wardley t-shirts now.
There's a good guy.
I Love Wardley t-shirts. That's what I'm getting made now.
Yeah.
I'm rooting all the way for you now. Don't let me down. Now you're allowed to lose. I still root. I'm not one of them superficial ones. You can still lose.
All right, good.
Because you've got a nice personality.
I'm glad.
You've got a nice personality. I'll root with you. Carlos Takam all the way as well. Love him to pieces.
Yeah.
He wants me to do his next UK ring walk.
Does he?
Yeah, he does.
That's cool.
That'd be sick. Get the fight, though, Carlos. Get the fight.
Yeah.
Get the fight. So what I was saying, all right. So with the COVID, I went from I had a 38-degree temperature, and then it went to 39.1. I was thinking, rah, man, like, do I go hospital? But I was like, I don't know. This is getting to 40. But I've also had meningitis twice. And so I know what it's like to feel really ill. And
a bit down.
4 months. I was in hospital for 4 months.
Oh shit.
Yeah, 4 months with that. And so I gave it like that, and I went, well, it's not like that. So phoned my doctor. I gave my doctor. I had a headache, had a blocked them runny nose. I could smell, but I couldn't taste.
I was the same. Is that same?
You need to stop being my twin.
No, I was the exact same. I never get headaches either over nothing.
Yeah.
And for 2 days, my head was just rocking, and I was like, "What is going on?" And then I was like, "That was the thing that got me thinking, like, shit, maybe I've got something here. Maybe I need to get this like checked and thing."
Yeah.
Because I started going to the fridge and like opening like jars of certain things and seeing if I could smell them or whatever.
And you couldn't.
I could still smell them all fine.
Oh no, you could smell, yeah.
Yeah, I could still smell them fine. So I was like, "Oh no, I'm cool." And then like, I don't know, I had dinner, I had some sort of meal, and I was like, "Oh, this tastes a bit like bland. There's not really much to this." But there was like, I remember I put loads of spices in, blah, blah, blah.
I was putting salt more.
Yeah.
I was like, give me the salt. Chucking it more on. They're like, it's salty, Chann. I was like, I can't taste it.
Yeah.
I was like, give me some orange juice.
Yeah. So I couldn't taste nothing.
Couldn't
so mine
taste.
took about two or 3 weeks to come back properly.
Yeah, but same with, God, you need to stop. Same with me. And then, so I had the temperature, no cough, no nothing. Didn't have to draw for any inhalers. I was like, all right, cool. But as I segue back into Povetkin, so you could clearly see he weren't well. He came in looking a bit softer than what he looked for the last weigh-in. He's actually came in a little heavier, but yeah, obviously he was in hospital. Now, he didn't say nothing at the time. Like, the fight has been postponed a lot of times, cool. But at the end of the day, Povetkin, like, you could have still postponed it until you felt 100% better. Like, there's no point saying it now. Like, so how do you feel about him now coming out and saying that?
I don't think that's fair. Not just with Povetkin, but for any fighter. I don't think it's fair because ultimately we all go through things.
Yeah, we
all have our problems. Like I got COVID at the beginning of January, so what am I gonna do? Cry about that? Like I'm asthmatic. What am I gonna do? Cry about that? Through the whole camp, I had a serious bad back issue where my lower vertebrae were condensed and I could barely do certain movements and things, and it was affecting my sparring. What am I going to do? Cry about that? Like, you just this is the sport we're in. Like, we get through. I've had fights with like broken wrist, broken knuckles. I had a fight with a broken rib once, and that was in pre-camp. That was in sparring. I got that, and I still went through and got the fight. So we all have our things. We all go through something. It's not. I don't think it's fair to take away from the fighter, especially on either on the night or sometime immediately after. They're the two different things. Because MOLINA even did the same thing to me. As soon as I beat him, and he got back up, you can see in pictures and videos and stuff. He's pulled me close and he's talking in my ear and he's saying, "Oh, look, if I didn't have this happen to my training, if I didn't get COVID, if I didn't have this, I'd have beat you." I was like,
"No, you wouldn't have. Not you on your best day, and me. I've given you a 4 out of 5, mate. Shut up."
That's the only bit I don't like. I don't respect it because I believe that we all go through things. We all have our own problems.
Yeah, there is. No fighter comes in 100% anyway.
Nah, never. I don't think it's fair for you to then come out and be like, "Oh, well, I had this." So
Dillian would have beat him. I said this. Dillian would have beat him even if he was well. 100%. I was of the mindset that, and I said this. I said, I get it. He didn't look well. Everybody's noticed that, but let's just call a spade, even if he was well. That Dillian was the mindset that he was coming in. He was going to beat him anyway. He made a slight mistake. And he knew where it was, how he was going to adjust to it and beat him. But Povetkin's legs was just gone from the maximum violence, boy. I saw maximum violence. You know what? You know the prediction I done was bang on. You know, I predicted Dillian to end it in round 4. Do you know? I was on big up Pep Talk UK, by the way, because I was on Pep Talk. Everybody was like, "Oh, yeah." You know, them ones. "Oh, what are you talking about? What's she on about? It's going to go to points. Oh, it's going to be late round stoppage. It's going to be that." I was like, "All right, cool. Round 4." Round 4 came in.
Boom.
Chann over here. I told you about this one. Also, the Joshua Pulev, I said, right, round 9 or 10. Everyone was like, "Nah, man, it's going to be done in the first 4 rounds." I was like, it can be, but he's not going to do that. He's going to show us an amalgamation of 2 styles. Ruiz and what he's learned thus far. Late round 9, 10. Shani was right. I keep doing it since after the Lomachenko one. I got everything right. Bud Crawford, Hellbrook. Yeah, that's. If you need any analytics on anything, just throw over the data to me. I'll give you the best outcome. That's what I does. All right, cool. Right. So, what do you think about? Oh yeah, let's go here. Sorry, let's just go here. Where were we an hour? Okay. Oh, I'll thank you an hour, but this is fun. Are you having a bit of fun?
Yeah.
I've got loads of people on the chat as well, all saying stuff. So I'm going to get to them and all of that. But Deontay Wilder. I'm showboating to lead you in.
Nah, I just I was
Guys,
never
an idiot, fam.
Yeah, fully. I was never his biggest fan in the first place. I never was. Don't get me wrong. It's difficult to even say I respect what you've done because even out of the fights you had, and the way you got there, blah blah blah, you didn't really do that. You didn't do that much. But whatever, you did it. You got it. Credit. But like, again, this goes back to what I was saying about making excuses. I hate that. That's my biggest like hate of anything ever. Like I believe if you lose, you hold your head up. You say, look, I lost. Well done to you. You were the better man on the night. Blah blah blah. I will even allow, you were the better man tonight, but next time I'm gonna get you. I'll allow you one of those. That's fine. But don't come to me with this excuse, that excuse. It happened because of this, and that went wrong, and I didn't, and you did that, and you cheated with that, and blah 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 blah. Because all of these things, like the glove tampering, or this happened, and all that stuff is covered. Like, there's officials everywhere. They watch everything. They watch you in the corner. They watch you. Like this, it's not like this is some back street fight where you get changed quickly in the corner, shove something in your glove, and then run out like no one's watching. Like,
thank you.
Someone watches the whole time. Like, someone from Wilder's team.
The State Commission is there. Wilder's team's watching the raps. Ray Diaz is there. Fury's team's watching Wilder's raps is there. With the Wilder State Commission there. The gloves are in a vault once they picked them ages ago. Gloves A and gloves B. We know this. So where is he coming? Mark Breland spiked your water.
And that's the worst thing as well. To pick the one guy, the one guy that saved you, the one guy that thought that out of your team cared about you the most, to say, you know what, live to fight another day kind of thing. And then you put it all on him is just mad. Because
he wanted to go out on his dead shield. Your shield, you didn't have a shield. It was gone.
You didn't have no shield. You didn't have a sword. You didn't have no armor. You had nothing. You was laying there bareback. You had nothing. There was nothing going for you.
Nothing. He was stripped. He was like a newborn baby.
Yeah.
It was, you was new again, Wilder. You was new. Idiot. So would you, if that was you, would you not sue him? Would you sue? Because I would sue for defamation of character.
Because, like, again, like it comes with it. Like, there's no way to evade stuff like that. It comes with it. Whether it be like
no, there's trash talk and there's defamatory.
Defamation of character.
Yeah, because that can stop people getting jobs, stop people making incomes for their money. Mark Breland, whether people want to believe it or not, it's tainted him. And all this, do you know what I mean? It's really not fair.
Yeah, I do understand that, but I think, to be honest, the only person, well, not the only, but the person who's lost out the most out of the percentage is just Wilder. Is him himself, his credibility, his fans, like that whole persona of. Like, it's ridiculous to say that, like, I remember a big point of him saying before that was a massive point of controversy, that he was like, I want to catch a body in the ring. I want to end someone in the ring.
No.
He said that himself. He said that himself when it came out in interviews. And then for you to get hit and you're bleeding and blah, 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 and then you want to come out and cry about it is mad. And
that your costume was too heavy.
Yeah, but your costume's too heavy. But then they found a video about a week later, him saying he always trains in a 20 kg vest.
I know.
So which one is it? What are we doing here?
Like, damn liar. This is what I'm saying. You're a liar. And it's got his little deluded fan base that come and troll me from sea to shining sea all day long. And I just have to sometimes turn off it coming on my phone because it will just keep me battling with these losers from the LBC. Like, your man lost, he got beat. And that's just the end of it. Yeah,
it is what it is. Like,
just acceptance is key sometimes in life. You can't go around telling people, they're saying that he's got all of these. He's got all the evidence to prove Fury cheated. Well, go on then, because so far,
where is it?
2021.
Where is it?
They're saying it's coming. They're saying it's coming. Yeah, this is what we're waiting for. Even though Varda State Commission published their drug tests. Everybody's clean, but yet you feel like he said he had muscle relaxants. He was spiked with muscle relaxants. So where's the proof, my G?
Where is it? What's going on?
Yeah, this is what I want to see. No proof of that. Okay, he said Kenny Bayless was drunk. Kenny Bayless, this is one of the newest things. This is how wild you need to shut up. They actually implemented the refs being tested before and after the fight. Not a lot of people knew that. Kenny Bayless, obviously, clean. But yeah, so if everybody decides to sue you, because like I said, we're in the sport of boxing, yeah, there's trash talk, but there's defamatory talk. So,
yeah. They're too far.
Yeah. So if Kenny Bayless decided to sue you, you get your dance is done. If Tyson Fury decided to sue you, your dance is done. If Varda State on WBC Mauricio Suleiman decides to sue you,
done.
Your dance is done. Yeah.
Double done.
Triple done. If Mark Breland decides to sue you, your dance is done again. Like that's just 4 different and if the costume company
be like, actually our costumes only weigh 2.5 kg, so what are you on about? Like,
but the costume company came out and said our costume was only 26 pounds.
Did they actually? That's mad. I didn't see all that. It is ridiculous. It's just like I say. I mean, it's too much. It's too much. Just take your loss like a man and just keep it stepping. That's the thing. Like,
yeah. Otherwise, get out of town. Do you think he's coming back? Because in like you've seen everybody doing it. It's almost like a fantasy matchup, like a prime Muhammad Ali v Fabio Wardley. Like it's not happening, innit? It's fantasy. Like so. That's why I put Deontay Wilder. When people were going, what Deontay Wilder against who next? Dillian White. I'd love Dillian White to smash his face in, but do you really think it's going to happen? I think that he's retired without telling anyone.
No, I think he will. I think he has. Again, I think he has so much of an ego that it won't let him not. He can't just leave like that. I don't think he'd be able to let himself. I don't think he'd be able to let himself leave like that.
I don't believe it.
You don't think he's doing it?
I don't believe it. When he lost the second fight, I said, I know what he's going to do. He's going to exercise the rematch clause straight away to make it look like he desperately wants this first fight. Yeah. And I said, stand by. Everyone was like, yeah, again, they like to tell me, Chann, shut up, whatever. So I don't understand why I keep getting told to shut up, Fabio, because I end up being right. Yeah. Anyway, he said nothing. All his fans, as you know, came out with all it, and then the conspiracy. He came out with his stupid reciting a poem, and all of this about kings here. And I said he doesn't want to do this trilogy. I know there was offers on the table for different dates by Fury and all that. He said he tore his bicep off the bone, Deontay Wilder, last day of camp, going into the Tyson Fury rematch. Now, I researched tearing your bicep off the bone. And then there's another boxing channel, Big Up Showbiz, the adult. He actually had a torn off the bone bicep on his right bicep. Till this day, it takes a minimum of 10 months to even get anywhere with it. You can't push a punch, you can't pull back, you can't do nothing. Your bicep is off the bone. Even now, it's gone. It's finished. So how did you do that last day of camp and go into the fight?
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad.
He's just a damn liar. So he said, I need to have surgery because of the bicep tear the bicep off the bone, not just a ligament tear. I could get that. He said, but he specified his brother went on to another boxing channel and said it's the bicep off the bone. Then Junior Farr said that there was an injury, but he didn't know if it was that bad. Didn't look that bad. Then Shelley Finkel said, there was some injury, but it was minor. So they all just was lying, yeah?
They're all just throwing out something.
Yeah, they're just liars. So, in my opinion, and then the contract ran out. Tyson Fury said he's going about his business, and all of a sudden we saw Deontay Wilder, wait. Now you're going to take it to mediation, arbitration. But then
too long.
Yeah. Then it came out of your team that it wasn't for the third fight. It was for monetary compensation. But anyway, so really with all of these that I've just broke down, with all of these, like he's never fought top 10 contenders. Fuck it. He's never even fought top 15, top 20 that much. Oh, Tyson Fury. What? You know the ones who were knowing. All right, Tyson Fury. He got the belt off Bermain Stavern. He's rubbish now. He was all right then. But you know what I'm saying. Like they were still ranked.
Yeah.
At that time, top 10, top 15. He's never did that then. Why do you lot think he's coming to do that now.
Yeah, I know.
And especially coming to fight Dillian White, where I don't care when people say it's not about the blueprint fairy. It is. He's been worked out how to get beat. Push him on the back foot, and he's done.
Yeah. Pressure him. And the worst person to do that would be Dill, because he'd pressure him, and not nicely either. He'd pressure him nasty, like aggressive, like shots to the body and shots to the head and big looping shots, and it just would not be fun. It would not be fun.
Finish him off.
Yeah, literally. Come up with a left and boom, and he's gone.
He got dropped by a body shot from Tyson Fury's. So
he got punched across the ring, lifted off his feet, like gone.
So why do you guys really think he's coming back to take that humiliation again? He's gonna pretend. That's why he shouts out people, but he's got no intention. I'm telling you, he's got no intention of fighting. Dillian has said, I'll go to Alabama. And you can have all Alabama judges if you just fight me. Like, we've had no
nothing back.
As usual. And what will happen is Dillian will announce his next fight. And then we'll hear from him. That's when we'll hear from him.
And then he'll say, see, you didn't want it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
you get it. You get it. So with all of that we've just said, do you really think he's really... Because if he does come back, which there's rumblings, I did a report that he's supposed to fight some guy called Negron. I can't remember his first name all of a sudden because he's a bum. If he comes back, he can't come. There's tune-ups and there's bums fighting bums. Look at Fabio like yawning. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're soon done.
Late nights and early mornings. That's what it is.
Listen, he tried to yawn in the t-shirt.
I was trying to hide it because
I saw it. Guys, I know. Let me just run through the things. What I'm saying is, with all of that, he ain't coming back, man. He ain't coming back. Team Wardley, he ain't coming back. All right, who have you got? I'm going to ask you. All others favorite cat. If you didn't box, what would be your best job that you'd really want to do? You didn't need to get any qualifications; it could just be handed on to you, and you could do it.
I'd probably be in the gym somehow, but not a boxing gym. I'd be like a PT or something like that, something active. Because I did like I said, I did an office job for years, and I thought that was what I wanted, and it was cool. When I did it, it was what I wanted, and I loved it, and it was cool. But now that I've lived in this kind of active lifestyle, in a gym every day, and the buzz of the gym, I'd do something like that. I'd be not even necessarily a boxing coach, but just a personal trainer, something like that, something along those lines. I'd be in some sort of fitness environment.
Fitness. The thing is, how BGS going to get a points win against a Mexican in Texas looks like Chocolatito Estrada scorecard. Yeah, exactly. Also, what do you think qualifies for a champ? What's your definition of a champion, a boxing champion?
It's hard. Like a champion to me is someone that you're proving. There's two sides to it. One, you take on all comers in terms of like if you're ducking and dodging and whatever else. Like I wouldn't. It's difficult to call you a champ. Like the best example of that is like Manuel Char.
Say that again, because I was reading Sporting Icons cheeky little thing.
When he said, I think Fabio should get the ironing board out in the background and do some chores. That's why it's there, because I'm all done. I'm finished. I'm done.
Yeah, that's why he's tired. Chores and go on, sorry. Yeah.
But a real champ to me is like there's two sides to it. One is someone that takes all comers, that's not afraid. Like I was saying, the prime example of that would be Manuel Char, who's held on to that belt for I don't know how many years now, but not even considered defending it. Just holds it and thinks he's the man. So for that, like I wouldn't even give you champ status for that, even though that that regular belt is still a bit like below the bar anyway. But even still, I wouldn't give you champ status for that. And then you have to show some resilience as well. Like I like the that stigma that used to be such a thing of like losing your O, but
we don't care. Just lose it, man.
yeah, just like it's gone now. That era is over. Like it's done. Like the thing is that I think that's been proven now is that if as long as you're in good fights, good entertaining fights, good 50-50 fights, and everyone watching can see that you're putting it all on the line. You care. You're putting the effort in. You'll always have a place. Like everyone will still want to tune in and watch you. And again, the prime example of that is Derek Chisora.
I knew he was going to say that.
Yeah, like he's had. I've lost count. Maybe 7 or 8, maybe losses.
10.
Like, how many?
10.
10 now.
11 now, I think, with the last one. 10. Yeah.
But yeah, whenever we see Del Boy on the cards, everyone's buzzing. Everyone wants to see it because you know what you're going to get.
But I'm getting a bit bored paying to watch someone lose on PPV now. I am. I love Derek. Derek, I said it. You can come on my show anytime, but I'll still say the same thing. Like, when do we stop doing the pay-per-views for watching someone? Like, because then are you a PPV journeyman? Because he's mad entertaining.
But it has to be. It's hard, isn't it? Because we want to see those fights. We want to.
Why do you pay for them?
We as the fans want to see them in the ring.
Because we can see you in the ring, but do they warrant continued? Do they warrant continued PPV?
But that's the thing. Without that, you won't see him in the ring. He wants
10, 32 and 10.
Especially someone like Derek. Like, he's money driven. He's not goal driven. He's money driven.
Yeah.
So if the money's not on the table, you're not going to see him at the table. Like, he's not going to be there. So, like, unless it's there, then you're not going to see him. And we as fans, we want to see him. We want to see him in those entertaining fights. We want to see him in them entertaining moments.
Yeah.
So it's one or the other. Either we say, look, that's it. Derek's done. We don't see him anymore, and we just watch his reruns on YouTube, or we get to see the new ones and maybe pay an extra few quid here and there. But
yeah, I get you. So, do you think the definition of a champ is someone that defends the belt?
Yeah, he's consistent as well to defend the belt.
Yeah, because
it's too easy to like that. You see it a lot. That kind of older, weathered champ, who then the up and coming guy takes the belt, wins it, and then drops it and moves. And it's a bit like, okay, cool, you won it, but like you want to see you be the champ and prove you're the champ as well. Because it's easier to be the guy that's hunting the champ than it is to be the champ and still take on those hungry competitors that are coming at you.
Yeah. Okay, so in saying that, as we know, going back in the day, heavyweight champs, Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Michael Moorer, Lennox Lewis, the list goes on.
Yeah.
Champs. They all defended belts, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, consistently. So that's my blueprint of what a champ is. So for me, Tyson Fury's not a champ.
Yeah, I hear you. I can hear what you say. But we have to wait and see.
No, but why do we have to wait and see? Listen, he's been pro. He got all the belts when he did the first Klitschko, and he got all the belts. He had bar the WB. He didn't have the WBC.
The only way he didn't have the WBC because Wilder had that.
Wilder had that, right? So he got that. He got them, and then he vacated / stripped.
Went missing.
Went missing. 3 years gone. See you later. So then you come back, and in that interim, Anthony Joshua's collected all the belts by the WBC since 2015. Is continuously defended all of those belts.
Yeah.
Mandatories left, right, and centre coming out of his arse, to be fair.
Yeah.
That, to me, even if it wasn't Anthony Joshua, but I don't really like Deontay Wilder, I give Deontay Wilder kudos that he still defended belts. His belt.
Yeah.
So that's what makes a champ to me.
Yeah.
So when I say to people, in my opinion, Tyson Fury, he is undefeated. He's ranked up right on the stats, #1 heavyweight. For me, he's not a champ because of that. So I just wanted to see what your definition was.
Yeah, that would be mine as well.
Yeah. Oh God, we see quite a lot, don't we? That's
We're
mad.
twins, aren't we? Twins.
Oh, yeah, twins over there, over in Ipswich. I've been to Ipswich. Only once though. And like coming from Essex, you drive right through Essex. Cold start, keep going. Yeah.
Then you're there. Then
you're there. Que pasa mi corazón? So, and then I'm gonna give you these two things. Tyson Fury, AJ. Who have you got winning?
I got Fury.
After all that,
I have. Again, it goes back to styles make fights for me.
Tell me why, Fab.
I just think.
Tell me why.
Like I say, styles make fights, and I think with Fury's style,
what is Fury's style, Fab?
It's just uncomfortable. I think is the best way to put it. Yeah, awkward and uncomfortable. And I don't think Joshua's fought anyone like that. He hasn't fought anyone like that. And for don't get me wrong, and that makes it sound bad, like I'm not impressed with Joshua, because I am, because I was extremely impressed with his rematch with Ruiz, where he showed eventually that he can box and he can stick to a game plan and he can adjust his fighting style and add a few more elements to his game and box different and blah 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 blah. And then you see it more on the Pulev fight as well. He's doing more, he's refining it and stuff, and I love that. That's great to see. He's moved from being that big bruiser boxer that knocks you out and just powers through to someone with a bit more flow, a bit more skill now.
So as Tyson Fury boxed someone like AJ?
No, I don't think he necessarily has, but I think he would be, if I put them two together, and I think who is more comfortable.
They work together.
With the, what do you mean?
They and everyone don't come and say sparring is sparring. They sparred.
Yeah, but
3 rounds 8 years ago, AJ fucked him up. Fury went on to say AJ fucked him up. So if you think AJ fucked him up 8 years ago, why is he not fucking him up now?
I just
for one, the evolution that you just talked
for
about.
8 years is a long time.
So he's got worse in the 8 years. AJ.
Who has?
So AJ's gone from being able to fuck up Fury in 3 rounds, and now he's gone worse since those.
No, he hasn't necessarily got worse, but he might have not got as good as Fury has got. And again,
but he's got all the same belts that Fury acquired, even fought maybe one of the same people that Fury fought.
But even still, I don't take nothing from sparring.
I do.
I know.
I
never take anything from sparring. I don't think it's fair to, because depending on whose sparring session it is, depends on how it goes. Like if it was Fury's camp and he brought Joshua in, that means he brought Joshua in to work on something. That means he brought him in to help him work on a particular, not move, but a particular skill, particular way of fighting, blah, 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 to help him deal with that next opponent in front of him, or vice versa. So I've been in sparring sessions with, even in my last camp, I brought in a lot of young ABA guys.
Yeah.
Who, if you put us in the ring on the night, I'm going to beat you. But in sparring, they were giving me hell and they were giving me a lot of trouble because I was working on certain plans. I was trying to figure out something that would work and testing it again and testing it again, and it didn't work. And I got caught and I was getting punched here and punched there. But once I get to fight night, it's a different game entirely. I'm working.
You sparred them.
I sparred them both.
You sparred them both, didn't it?
Yeah.
Ah. Right, I forgot about that.
Inside the knowledge.
Yeah, you got the knowledge. Who hits harder? Tell the truth.
I got clocked harder by Fury. I did, yeah. I did get clocked harder.
You heard it here, guys. Can't be that one.
But again, that doesn't. The thing is, I only sparred with them both once.
Yeah.
So again, it's not fair. It's not fair to say. And again, I only did 4 rounds with each of them as well. So it's even to say, and just in that one session, Fury just happened to catch me once, and it was a lot harder than in those 4 rounds that with Joshua that he caught me with. But I can tell you when you're sparring with Josh, he isn't trying to take your head off. Like as big as he is, as strong as he is, he's not there trying to like lay a massive right hand on you and flatten you out. You can tell he's trying to be technical. You can tell he's working on things. Like we're in the ring sparring, and Rob McCracken's in the ring as well, and he's like the ref almost, the mediator, and he's splitting things and sorting things and making sure we're doing blah 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 blah. Like it's very controlled. It's not like both of us just going at each other and trying to take each other out. Yeah, it's not like that.
Ah, interesting. I actually forgot that you spot. Like I forgot. I did. What Sporting Icon say? What are you saying now? I mentioned the same thing to Dillian a few days ago. Povetkin didn't look right. Dillian said to me, "Of course he didn't. Of course he didn't. He took a massive right on his head. Massive right on his head." Okay, so you got and who have you got for Conor, Ben, and Vargas? And what do you think about
Ben? I'll always back the home team, and I was extremely impressed again with Ben, and or not just that fight, not the Fortuna fight itself, but just his progression. Like if you go back to his first couple of fights, he looked like wild.
Looked bad, didn't it?
Looked like shit. Like this is not gonna go. Like this is not gonna go well. But then now he looks very complete as a boxer. He's very together. Everything's very clean. You can see he's gone away and really worked on some stuff, and it looks really good. And I'm loving seeing it, to be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going for Ben.
Me too. Also, do you think so? Campbell Hatton's going to have to take a leaf out.
Campbell Hatton's going to be another Ben, I think. Like he looks a bit mad right now.
I think.
Well, yeah, we hope, but. If you give him, and again, he's young. He's young. I don't know if he's 20, maybe.
Yeah, but that don't matter. I mean, that doesn't matter to see the spark in someone. Like you could see a 9-year-old that technically they ain't as good as the 15-year-old dancer, but that they've got the ability to become that. You see that spark.
Yeah, but again, with him,
I don't. Spark. It doesn't matter if you started boxing late. There was still something that someone saw in order for them to put their time into you.
I don't think it's fair to judge him off one fight. I don't think, and especially him, because like I was there through fight camp, and the amount of
he's a nice boy.
Oh no, he's lovely. He's really nice. Like him, he's really nice, and like, but the amount that kid had to go through that week in terms of media and pressure and Ricky Hatton's your dad and
but they chose to, Fab. They chose that route. They chose that.
Yeah, of course. But it's still difficult for a young kid to take all that on his shoulders, and that all comes crashing down when you're in the ring. As soon as you step in those ropes and all those questions, you can answer them cool, calm, collect.
Yeah.
In front of the cameras on fight week, it means nothing. You're not there. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm looking forward to this. I'm buzzing. We say all the cue words you're supposed to say. Like, it's just the way the game goes.
Yeah.
Realistically, in the back of your head, you're thinking, shit, like, this is a lot. And then when he gets in the ring on the night, he's thinking, shit, like, I've just signed a big deal with Matchroom. I'm promoted by 25A. I'm Ricky Hatton's son. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. And it's all in your head. And it makes you over, I don't know what the right word for it is.
I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, overwhelmed and over eager in the fight as well. So you're rushing things. Like you could see he was throwing massive big hooks and stuff because he wanted to get him out of there. And he wants to live up to the hype. So when all that hype's around you, you're thinking, shit, like I need to do this. I need to be everything they're saying I am or everything they're saying I could be. So I think that was a large factor in terms of kind of his performance.
Yeah, I get it.
Hence why I don't think it's so necessarily fair to judge him based off that. I think he's got a lot of learning to do, don't get me wrong, but I still think he can come good. I don't see why not. I need to watch a couple of more. I just wasn't impressed. I just feel that Yusuf Kamari should have been at the spot that he was in, and they should have put
Campbell Hatton into a non-televised spot to take off some of that pressure.
Yeah, I think so too.
To just box and not think about it. And now I see that he's still going to be on another PPV. So I don't know if he's ever if they've learnt that lesson. But Yusuf Kamari, I was mad impressed. Yusuf.
Yeah, same. I love Yusuf. I love Yusuf fight. It was great.
It was great, wasn't it? Hey Nick, sorry, just going to quickly go through these and then we could cash out.
By the way, I'm on like 3%. So
are you on 3%?
If I die and crash out, then I'm gone.
Oh, Fabs! Oh, guys, Fabs on 3%. Fabio Wardley, a thinking fighter, the smarter fighter usually wins. I'll just briefly run through them. Tank out my boy lightweights. Big up Wardley. Great show. Decent, genuine guy. Everyone loves you.
Hey.
Well done, Elsie. Yeah, I try for you guys to get
it's all you.
That guys like, and that who I like as well. Your PPV, if you do the number, it's not about titles, wins, and all the things that it's about getting people to click that button. Yeah, but after a while, people's going to stop clicking the button.
Fair point.
Yeah, after a while, does the button stop getting clicked? That's all I was saying. Do people start going, now I'm paid too much money, like watching religious losses? That's all I'm saying. All right, well, I think that everybody's just saying nice stuff. There's no like questions. Everybody's giving you big ups, and you can see it on the thingy. Everyone's giving you big ups. So yeah, there's like multitude of big ups. Yeah. So I want to say bye to you before you get locked off.
Before I drop out.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, thank you so much for coming through. I massively appreciate it. I'll chop it up in segments.
No worries.
I will keep the link because sometimes I might want predictions. I get like my guests to come in and do like live predictions or predictions and I post it on my channel. So if you don't mind, and I'll keep the link and I'll shout ya. I'm rooting for you. You've got another extra fan.
Hey, come on.
Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. And do you know when your next fight is?
No, not yet. I spoke to the team today. Somewhere between June and August, but we're playing around with some dates and some options.
Yeah. Oh, sick. Can't wait to know that. Guys, it's Fabio Wardley.
Hey.
Thanks, Fabs, and have a good evening. And I'll speak to you soon.
No worries, Chann. Thank you. I'll speak to you soon.
See you later.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, he's sweet, isn't he? Guys, he's lovely. He's lovely. What are you guys saying? I'll go through. I didn't want it to cut off before saying bye because I wanted him to know that he was respected, that he came on the thing. I'm glad that he came on because he was someone. Once I saw him on interviews, you just go by energy and you like someone straight away, and you're like, oh yeah, good geezer. Always comes across very well. It's mad that we share quite a lot of the views and opinions. Maybe Fabs, maybe that's your downfall. You better don't click up, don't connect with me now. Jeez. I want to see what you guys are saying. So yes, I did pull another blinder. Big up to Fabio for we did it. We was the main event, innit? We was the main event. Who was the undercard? We need an undercard. It was just main event. Was this PPV worthy? Molina's a tough, durable guy. Oh, could see he wanted to go some rounds, but after he started getting tasty, yeah, he shut shop. Yeah, Fabio shut it down. It was like game over. Big up, Shelton. Love you. Salute, King. Dean, thank you. Massively appreciated. Ardenark, sorry, what does Fabio think of Jared Anderson, and could he be a potential opponent in the near future? Yeah, Jared Anderson, we were talking about him today alongside with Keyshawn Davies and Amo Williams as well. Lightweight is quality at the moment. Yep. Team Wardley, blessings to all. Yep, we know this. Yeah, we said this, didn't we? Like Fabio's style, you enjoy watching him fight. Todo bien, estoy aquí, tú sabes. mi cariño. Sporting Icons, big up Brody. Yes, did you guys smash the like button on the way en route when you was coming in? But you lot didn't, did you? You naughty lot. All fighters have niggling injuries. That is correcto. See. Would Wardley fight Joyce for the British? Oh, I wish I saw this one. Saw Joyce say he's not planning on vacating today. Oh, did he? I'm gonna. I'll ask Fab. I'll put that down as a question to ask in the future. Fabio Joyce, that's a good one. Sorry, I didn't see that at the time. You know, sometimes you get so into the chat. You know me. Hey Nick, Karma, Breland, Spike Wilder's water with H2O. Said it in the autopsy. I know it's ridiculous, right? Sporting Icons, I know it's a bone of contention with both of us, me and you, squad up when it comes to the desecration of Deontay, the bronze bomber Wilder. Let's not talk about Wilder. I'll start flipping coffee tables again. I know he gets us. We can't take him, can we? We just don't do well with the Wilder topic. Sporting Icons, great win for Dillian. They're back in contention. Yep, very much so. Yes, Nick, proud of him. Wilder said Kenny was a crab in the back bucket. Yeah, I know. How dare he, innit? Rank. At Blue Sky to defend his British. If the Usyk fight doesn't fall. Oh, okay. You're talking to someone else. But yeah, I get you. For the British title. Yeah, Tank my boy out of the lightweights. Okay, that big up you, Incognito. Is that he's your favourite, is he? Refreshing to hear a fighter who actually watches boxing. I know. Impressed. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is very much true. I thought that as well. I did think that. That's why I was like, not sure if you're following, but like Fabio Wardley, a thinking fighter, the smart fighter. Yeah, we saw that comment. Nice one. Fabio seems like a decent geezer. Seems like a decent geezer for real. For really, yo. Big up Wardley. Great attitude. Wardley. We love you, Wardley. We do. We love you, Wardley. We do. We love you, Wardley. We do. Oh, Wardley, we love you. Oh. Yeah, mate. Well, it's another one. DJ Khaled. It's another one. I'm always very humbled, appreciative when the fighters or anyone from the boxing world decides to come to little old me, because they don't have to. But, you know, I'm massively appreciative. You lot are showing some manly love, some bromances here in the comments. Only in the heavyweights can you have 10 losses and still earn M's. Tell me about it, Nick. It's wild, isn't it? It's wild. It's true. Not a champion until he's defended the title. Yes. En mi opinión, sí. Correcto. Oh, no hay campeón. No. Sorry. Lo siento. Not in my opinion. Fury is a 2-time titleist, not champion. To be strict. Correct. Yep, Blue Sky Fury has never fought someone like AJ either. I'll say it. I'm cool with the Fury theory. No pun intended. Entiendo, tú sabes. Está bien. Blue Sky agreed, but vice versa. It was in 2010. Vargas. You guys say Vargas is tough. I've got Connor stopping him in the last quarter. Yeah. I've got Connor. Yeah. Late round stoppage. Like probably like, I'm going probably between, stand by, I'll talk about that another time. Campbell Hatton's got a lot of stick after one fight. I know, but we saw Keyshawn Davis after one fight, and he's only in the second fight, and it was amazing. That's why I wanted to see, you know, when you get, is there a spark there when you just see a spark? Like Keyshawn Davis was on the first fight, he was on the Canelo Yildirim undercard. Can't get any bigger than that, mate, can you? And pulled out all the stops. And it's the thing where they placed him in the whole card. They placed him at the beginning where he should be placed, and it probably took it. But he came out and executed amazingly. And then I need to watch the fight that he just fought on NTK's thingamajig. I didn't watch it, so I know he won. But you know, he's just they put him where he's supposed to be. Like, just because his name's not, he hasn't got a famous dad, so look where he got placed. And he's actually from one fight, amazing, tech savvy, punch placement, punch selection, what he did, duppied the first geezer. So, you know, Campbell Hatton, there's already a documentary done about him, and you're putting him so far up near to the co-main. You've only did that because of his surname, and it's silly because it put him in the firing line, unfortunately, guys. And you know, people not criticizing, but we're critiquing. And at the end of the day, if you put someone in the firing line, you're going to get shot at. You know how it goes, and that's just with anything in life. So, did he have that spark? For me, no, he didn't. He didn't have that spark. Will he get that? Will he get better? I hope so. And I heard and I saw him in the bubble. Nice lad. So I hope so, and I wish him the best. But yeah, I just didn't see anything that I thought was. But I think I'll gauge a bit more as I go along, because, like I said, Conor Benn's come a long old way, mate. He's come a long way. So hang on. Love the footwork, Wardley. Yeah. I forgot to answer, he had his hands down quite low. I think that was a part of the come and get me, sir. Cheers, Fabio. Good interview, Chann. Thank you, Nick, and thank you for the continuous support. Very nice guy. Yeah, sure is. Very well spoken. Yeah. Elsie got the exclusives. Him named Marco. I don't know, who's a Gaza rhythm. You're going into dancehall anyway. Where them are do, where them are chair. Tomorrow will fly through the sky. Gone will not borrow, me money buy. Okay. Saludos desde Costa Rica y que viva el dancehall. Say, pick up my Puerto Ricans. Yep. Long live dancehall, for real. For real. Hechos, mi amigo, hechos. See? Brilliant interview, Chann. I only see him doing interviews on the Usual Boxing podcast, IFL's Boxing Socials, etc. Good catch. Thank you. Massively appreciated. I just reached out because I like the dude. I really do. And that was it. I know it. You don't have to tell it me in English. Hablo español también. Vamos. Marco. Yeah. So you know Marco. So welcome, Marco. Welcome, Marco. Get a Wilder exclusive. Wilder wouldn't even on his, even if I gave him supersonic powers to control the whole earth, do you think he would even come on my show? Giving him the supersonic powers. He'd never. Too much of a force to be reckoned with. Anyway, guys, I am jumping off, and I am thanking you for coming in. And hey, girlies, ladies, Chann. Big up Fabio Wardley. Come box with Chann. God.